Hello friends, welcome to my channel Analytics Mantra.
Today we will talk about how to configure filters and sorting in Excel worksheet using openpyxl library. For this, I have created one sample workbook for you in which I have stored cricket dataset and I have renamed the Excel worksheet name as January. Here you can see I have entered multiple categories like batsman, bowler, and I have entered different cricketers' name over here in order to demonstrate the example that how we can work on it. Let's jump to the fresh Jupyter notebook and I will rename this notebook as filtering and sorting data in Excel. Filtering and sorting data in Excel. Now for this operations, we have to import workbook and load workbook in order to load the existing workbook. For this, from openpyxl library, I am importing workbook and load workbook. And now I have to change the directory path because the current directory path is not the one from where I have to fetch the files. So the current directory path I am fetching from here, and for this I am importing the OS library and I will be using the chdir function in order to change the directory path. If you are working on Windows, you have to pass it double slash over here in order to fetch the exact path. Now I have to create an object for the workbook on which I will be working on. Let us suppose I am naming an object as WB. You can place your name anything that you desire. And now I will be passing, I will load the workbook using load workbook function. And for this, I will be passing my file name exercise4.xlsx. Now I have to create an object for the worksheet name also. And here I'm placing as January because I have renamed my worksheet as January. Now in order to check the dimensions, I will write a statement to check like what is the exact location, what are the exact cells in which my data is present. So for this I will be checking using ws dot dimensions. Ws is the object name that I have passed for my worksheet. Now you can see my data is present from cell A1 to G10. After that, I will apply the filters on all the columns. For this, I will be using auto filter and then will pass the references on which I want to apply the filters. And I am applying filters on the worksheet. For this, I am using the command ws.autofilter dot references, and now I will pass the dimension. For this I am passing ws dot dimensions. Now it has been assigned. After this I have to add the filters on the particular column. Let us suppose I want to pass like on column A, that is the category name, if I want to filter with the batsman or bowlers data. So that I will pass an object auto filter dot add filter column, and then I will pass the condition over here. For this I have to pass the column name first. If the index position of that column is first, then I have to pass the parameter as 0. And then which value I want to pass it. Let us suppose using the wells parameter, I want to fetch only the batsman, means I want to apply filter where this will fetch only the batsman category. And I will pass this list within the this Python list. If you want to add two categories, accordingly you can pass it on. Let's suppose bowler and batsman. But if in our code I will be filtering only batsman, and for this I will run this command. Now the filter has been applied. After that I want to sort the data. In this I will be using auto filter and then add sort condition. at sort condition. And on which columns I want to pass the sorting conditions? Let us suppose on G2 to G11. Now I will save the workbook in order to check whether all the changes that I have performed in this worksheet have been saved or not. Save dot exercise 4.xlsx. Now let's open the workbook in order to check. Yes, the filters have been configured, but and also from the descending order. Let us suppose from smallest to sorry, in ascending order from smallest to largest. Here you can see the filter has been configured but not has been applied. So for this you have to click on OK to in order to sort the data and in order to filter the data according to the category name. Now what I want to pass all data with with the condition where category is equal to batsman into another worksheet. For this I have to assign another worksheet or create another worksheet on which I want to create the data or I want to move this data. For this, I will be creating new worksheet and I will rename it as batsman data, and I'm defining using this create sheet object function, and let us suppose I'm renaming it as batsman data. Now it has been created. How you can check whether it has been created or not? wb.sheetnames. WB is an object which we have passed for the workbook on which we are working, and sheet names is the component through which we can check how many worksheets we do have and what are the names of that. Now I will assign an object to this particular worksheet, batsman data. For this I am assigning an object ws1 equal to wb and then batsman data. Now the object has been assigned, and then what I have to do, I have to pass all the conditions which I want to select and then want to store the data in our destination worksheet. In this example, we will be selecting all the batsman data from our January worksheet and then we will be saving it down into our batsman data worksheet. For this we will be using our for loop and we will be using iter rows function in order to iterate through all the rows. And then what we will do for rows, for row and ws dot iter rows, and here I want to fetch the data from row number 2, so I have to pass the parameter minimum rows equal to 2, and then I will pass the parameter as values only, means it will fetch the cells which have values only. Then minimum row equal to 2 and then values only is equal to true. Then I have to pass the condition. Now I have to fetch the category which contains values as batsman and I want to move it to another worksheet. For this I will be doing if row, as our category column is present in first position, so we'll pass the index as 0. Then if row is equal to batsman, then it will append into our destination worksheet that has the object name ws1, and we will be using the append function over here, and here I will pass the row. Now the operation has been completed. After this I will be saving down all these changes in our workbook. For this I will be using the save function, and here I will pass the file name in which I want to save down all the changes. Now it has been saved. It should be reflected in our exercise 4 notebook under. Now you can see in our base data, that is January worksheet, we do have different categories, batsman and bowler. But through our code, we have moved all the data having category as batsman into our batsman data worksheet. So this is the worksheet where all the data is present where category is batsman. Thank you for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe and share with your friends if you like the content.